It's creating a lot of problem. So as we were discussing about the thyroid gland, and we did the three diseases regarding that thyroxine hormone, and if it is insufficiently secreted, that means not enough amount of secretion is not there. So these three diseases are the result of it. These are the result of the insufficient release of thyroxine hormone, and uh, because as this hormone is very much related to the iodine, just you have to understand that the molecular structure of the thyroxine, the hormone, is completed when it is associated with iodine. Now, just understand that when the thyroxine is made in our body, okay, and it is everything is constructed inside our body. Just the iodine is the thing which is obtaining from the source of our diet. So if our diet doesn't consist of iodine, then the thyroxine will be not completely structured, and it will remain incomplete in its formation, and that leads to the these types of diseases and all that. So goiter, cretinism, myxedema are the result of it. And I must have discussed hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. I think you are aware of it now. Is it clear?
Yes,
Is,
Miss.
is there anything regarding this you want to discuss, or you have not understood? If it is there, please ask me, otherwise I will proceed. Nothing?
No, Miss.
Okay, fine. So that was the insufficient regarding release. Then if there is a over secretion, suppose the thyroxine is released more than the required amount. If there is over secretion, that also a big problem regarding over secretion, because over secretion also lead to the many of the uh, diseased condition in our body. It leads to, like, it increases the body weight, it increases the heartbeat, it can increase the stress situations. The person is emotionally unstable, and that's how it is working out. So over secretion is also a big issue. It's a problem, it's a disease. So just remember that whatever amount is being prescribed as per the requirement for the metabolism, that has to be released. Insufficient or over secretion, anything under secretion, over secretion, will be resulting into the disease condition in our body. That, just remember that part. Okay. So this is how this thyroid gland is functioning in our body. Now proceeding to the next gland, that is called, I will say, adrenal. So adrenal gland are the one which are situated just over the kidney, just like a cap they are situated. So as you have understood the human system, you know we have two kidneys. So this is how the kidneys must be shaped, something like this. So over the top of this kidney, over somewhere here, they have these type of covering or a cap like structure, and this is how the adrenal gland is situated over here. Is it clear to you? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so on the both the kidneys, these adrenal gland will be there. So two in number, just remember that. Okay, so now adrenal gland is something which is having two portions. So if I take out this adrenal gland and cut it from the center and show it to you, just the way if you have a potato and just cut into two slices, and you can see what is inside it. Similarly, just take up this adrenal gland and slice it from this in between. Then you will be seeing that you are having these types of uh, border like this area, and in this you will be visualizing two layers, inner and outer. So the outer one is the region which is present inside this adrenal gland is called cortex, and the central one is called medulla. Understood this? So this is medulla, and this is called cortex. Okay. You must have seen egg. If you are eating egg and if you boil it and slice it from the center, can you see two regions, white and yellow? Have you seen? Have you seen the way I am asking you? What happened? Why you people are not communicating there? Can't hear you. Aditya, okay, you must be answering, but I can't hear you. Okay, fine. Let it be. Just understand that this is the way it is inside, it can be observed. Now, both the regions of this adrenal gland have different secretions. Both of them are secreting different hormones. So, let's see regarding first of all the medulla, because it is the one which is responsible for a very important and very famous hormone. I will write it with the red only because that part is shown in red. So medulla is responsible for the one that is called adrenaline. I think this is a hormone which is very commonly heard, and I think this word, this thing, you must have gone through the newspapers, or this is the word which is very commonly used in English literature also sometimes. So adrenaline, or it is also called epinephrine, another name. Okay, or another name is called emergency hormone.
Means it is also called fight or flight hormone.
Yes, fight or flight hormone, that is also true. Video is clear to you?
Yes, miss.
Okay, fine. So adrenaline, epinephrine, emergency hormone, or fight or flight hormone. Okay. Now, why this hormone is so much famous, and why it is very much if you study this hormone, it is very curious. You will understand that it's a very funny hormone sometimes, because I think you must be aware about the sports person. They if you read something regarding their news, you must have gone through the word adrenaline rush. Okay, so what happens that whenever there is a situation in which the person gets excited, that means over excitement type of situation occurs. That means, suppose let me give you one example, that suppose it's your best friend's birthday, and you are planning some surprise, and on the day when the birthday is there, and you have done everything. That means whatever surprise you have planned everything, and you are waiting for your friend to somebody, for one who you have planned, and you are waiting inside the room just to for him or her to come and to see that surprise. Yeah, at that time you feel very much excited. You feel like suddenly something will happen, you will suddenly burst out of all these things. Okay, so that type of excitement, or in other situation, if I say that uh, uh, when you are, suppose if you are a sports person, and if you are in a team, and you are playing for your suppose your school, so you are representing your school, you are representing your state, or something like that is happening. So at that time when there is a very tight situation in that particular sports you are playing, and suppose it's a last minute, and you are just about to win the game, and you just put the winning score, can you feel that what type of excitement that person must be having? Can you understand
Y-
that situation?
Yes.
Okay, or if you are not a sports person, you must have seen in the sports that how they behave when they when they just put up the score, or they whenever, suppose like football, when they goal, then how they react to the thing, how the whole crowd is also getting excited, the way that person is excited. Similar excitement can be seen in the crowd also. So the excitement, that type of situation that makes you like full of energy, you will just bang on the things, uh, all these things, all these type of condition, the energy you feel, that is just because of the adrenaline which is being secreted in these types of situation. You must have felt that whenever it's a last minute thing in the sports you are seeing, at that time there may be the possibility that you may have the goosebumps, you may have the your heartbeat must have increased, at what will happen. Suppose if you are watching a movie, and if you have not seen it, and sudden twist or something like that is coming up, at that time also you must have felt something inside your stomach or something. That have you faced this situation? If you have faced it, then only you can understand that how the excitement comes up, and this is how the adrenaline is responsible for creating that type of feeling inside you. So that is called adrenaline rush. Okay, now why it is called fight or flight? Now suppose that if you are too young, if you have a if you are very much angry and in the school corridor you are standing and you are just have that type of temper that you are very much uh, aggressive. Okay. And suppose if you think that you are very much aggressive on your classmate, and you know him very well, that that particular your classmate must have done something wrong, and now you are going to beat him up. Whenever he is coming in front of you, you will just beat him. So that your mind will decide, okay, I am going to fight with him, I am going to beat him up, I will just uh, uh, do everything. That means you get so much of energy in your palm and your hands that your hand will be twisted like this in the anger and all that. This must be happening. But suddenly, suppose if you see that with that your classmate, somebody he is coming up with the principal, he is coming with some strict teacher, or some coming up with somebody who is very much stronger than you, then at that time your mind will suggest you that don't fight, just move away from here, just flight. That means just run away from here. So fight or flight, that the both the situation you are deciding, that decision making privilege is given by this adrenaline hormone. Understood this?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So that means you, no matter you are aggressive, but at that time, do you have to have a fight, or you just have to run away from that situation? That decision is all given by adrenaline, and you must have in this type of condition, everything will be happening to you. That means your heartbeat will increase when this adrenaline is released. The first thing that will be your heartbeat, it will be increased. Your face will turn red. Reason? Blood flow. Blood flow will increase. Okay. Your nerves, your biceps, all these will become very tight. Your muscles will be getting very much, if I say, they will become very much ready for action. You will be sweating heavily. Okay. So all these conditions will come up with this adrenaline rush. Understood this?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So this is how this adrenaline will be working. So it's a very because right now you are all in the teenage group age group bracket, and this hormone is definitely is releasing, I think every day this must be happening at one or other condition. Okay. So you have to just understand that the excitement, too much excitement is also not good. You have to learn to control your hormones. Okay. Your hormone should not control you, you should control your hormones. So that thing you have to understand. Then you have the cortex region. The cortex, which is present on the outer lining of this gland, it is responsible for the hormone that is called cortisol or cortical hormones. Both the names can work. Okay. So this cortical hormones are responsible for the functioning of, it is responsible for functioning like metabolism of carbohydrates, lipids, proteins. Okay. So that means whatever the nutrient part is there, it should reach to your body sufficiently. It should be digested properly. It should be supplied through blood. Every type of action is controlled by this hormone, and it also maintains the salt water balance of your body. Salt water balance is very much required, because in, I think in summer you must have felt it, that when you are very much exhausted, at that time your mother gives you that sugar salt solution with lemon and all these. So because due to lot of sweating and all these, you lose too much of salt from your body and water. So the salt water balance is also maintained by these cortical hormones, and it also adapt the situations like too much of heat, too much of cold environment is there. That means if there is a stressful, suddenly you are, if you are not wearing a sweater in winters, so that doesn't mean that you will die suddenly if you are coming up in the open environment. These cortical hormones have the functioning to control the body at the time of sudden different environmental condition. Okay, and suppose if it is in if month of May or June, if you are walking out in the sun, it will not make you dehydrated in just 1 minute. It will everything is under control, the situation, just because of this cortical hormones. Is it clear to you? Got it?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Feeling sleepy?
No, miss.
Okay, fine. So now let's come up with this pancreas. So pancreas, you have to just understand that this particular organ, if I say, it is a, digestive gland also. I think when you have studied digestive system, you must have gone through that. Pancreas are responsible for helping out digestion. Have you studied little bit of it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what happens that this particular organ is basically mixture of uh, two both the things. That means it is exocrine also, it is endocrine also. That means if you see the pancreas, I think it's a leafy structure. It is something like that is there if you study according to the digestive system. Okay, but if you see from inside, that if you cut it and under the microscope, if you open it and see it, then you will understand that part of it, if I draw something like this, then you will see that part of it will be having the ducts. Okay, because it releases the juices for helping out the digestion. So it must be having some of the ducts also, and it has some region where there is a ductless uh, part is there, just like this. Okay, they don't have the ducts, so this part is responsible for release of hormones. Okay, so the whole pancreas is not releasing the hormone, it is just the part of it is releasing hormone, and the part is called islets of Langerhans. Okay, islets, just the way you pronounce the island, similarly, islets of Langerhans are responsible for release of hormone. The whole pancreas is not releasing it. Okay, because it's a mixture of both the glands, ductless also and ductful also. So that part you should understand. That means it is exocrine also and endocrine also. So the exocrine is the one which is responsible for release of pancreatic juices during digestion, while the endocrine is the islets of Langerhans responsible for release of the pancreatic hormones. Okay, so pancreatic hormones are of the two hormones are given in your book, that is insulin and glucagon, anything you can pronounce. So two hormones are included over here. Now just understand that these two hormones are working complementing to each other. That means both of them are necessary to maintain the sugar balance in our body. Okay, now I think you are very much aware of this word insulin.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, because it's a very common thing nowadays, diabetes and all these things, so that part you should know. So what is the situation basically with these two hormones? Just understand that insulin, how it is functioning. The function of insulin is that whenever you eat the food, okay, so what happens that I'm just taking up these hormone separately right now. Just understand the process of digestion first of all. That whenever you have a food, in food you have carbohydrates. Okay, so in food you have carbohydrates. Now these carbohydrates are the polymers. That means long chains of small molecules. I think you know this. Do you know this? If not, it's okay. Okay, so this is how it's a complex chain. Now see this, that whenever the digestion is occurring, okay, so let's digest this chain. Then this chain will be dividing like this or this or this. This is how it should be fragmented into the short molecules, and each and every molecule is a sugar molecule. Now you understood that carbohydrate basically is a chain of sugars. Understood this part? Understood this?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Now see this, that when you have a food, the carbohydrate is the thing which is taken up in the large quantity from your roti, from your rice, from your vegetables like potatoes, everything, whatever you are eating, the major part of nutrient in that is basically a carbohydrate. Because I think roti, rice, and potatoes are the thing which are I think every day in our daily diet. I think for the whole day, if you are eating 2 times, 3 times, anyhow, some of these will be incorporated in our diet. Am I right? Is it clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now what happens that, so you have so much of carbohydrate in your diet, and every time when you are eating it, your body does the digestion. So whenever these carbohydrates are broken down into smaller pieces, then a huge number of sugar molecules are released in your blood. Now what happens that, just imagine the situation, just picturize in front of you, you will get the clear idea. Have you seen that whenever you are dissolving the sugar in the water, have you done it?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, or because we live in the state that is West Bengal, people here are very much fond of the traditional, the national dish of the West Bengal is rasgulla. Am I right?
Yes, miss.
Have you seen the sugar syrup that is drawn out from it?
Yes, miss.
Okay,
Yes,
so what happens that whenever the sugar is dissolved in water, the water becomes little bit thick.
ma'am, can you repeat?
Whenever you dissolve the sugar, the viscosity of the water becomes thicker in nature.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, similar thing happens with our blood also. Okay, so if such huge amount of sugar is entering in our blood will become thick. Okay, once it is become thick in nature, then it will be very much difficult for the blood to flow in the blood vessels. Okay, because if it become little bit thicker in nature, the because arteries, veins and capillaries are very narrow passages to pass the blood. So if it becomes thick, it the viscosity, the fluidity of the blood will be affected, and the blood will not be flowing easily, and the flow of the blood will be restricted. Am I right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
miss.
Okay, now if the blood flow is restricted, as blood is carrying oxygen, suppose the blood is become thick and it is not flowing thoroughly to each and every organ, then the oxygen will not be going there at that place, and that will lead to the failure of that organ. Is this logic is clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what happens that whenever such a huge amount of sugar is being released after the digestion, suddenly the islets of Langerhans will release the insulin in the blood at the similar time. So a moment this situation arises, the insulin will come in the picture, and what it will do, suddenly it will convert the sugar is nothing but the glucose. It will turn the all sugar, all the glucose molecules into glycogen. And glycogen is the one which is the uh, stored food material of a animal's body. The way the plants have starch, similarly glycogen is stored in the it is stored form of food in our body. Understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it will insulin's moment the sugar is released in the blood, insulin will come faster, and it will just suddenly convert all the sugar into glycogen, and this glycogen is stored in our body tissues, under our skin, under so many body organs around it. The glycogen is safely stored, so that whenever you are fasting, okay, whenever there is a fasting situation arises, or you don't have suppose you skip your meal, and if you suppose if you don't have the if you don't have the breakfast, if you don't have the lunch, you will not fall down suddenly, you will not like without energy, because at that time this glycogen will be helping you out with its store, because it's a stored food, it will be helping you out to provide the energy. Understood this? Is it clear to
Ma'am,
you?
artificial sugar also do the same work.
Yes, miss.
Okay. I have not understood. Somebody was asking you something.
Artificial insulin do the same work.
Repeat, beta.
Ma'am, the artificial insulin that we get now for sugar do the same work.
Yes, the people who are diabetic, what they do is, because what happens that why what happens in the diabetes? That's I was coming up this topic only. The people who are suffering from diabetes, what happens in their body, that their islets of Langerhans are not working properly. Okay, so insulin is not released. So because definitely the person will not stop eating, definitely they will eat the food, and the food will be consisting of carbohydrates. So digestion will be continued as the way it is done, and sugar will be released in the blood. So artificially insulin is provided to that person, so that this type of thing can be done easily, and at the same time. But that's why you must have seen that the people who are suffering from severe diabetes, before eating food they have these insulin pills, or other insulin injections. Have you seen it?
Ma'am, I have not seen, but I know.
You know that, okay? So you must have you must be knowing about this, that before having lunch, before having dinner, or because these are the things are something heavy part you eat at the time of breakfast, lunch and dinner. So what they do, these people do, they just put up the insulin injection, and that is dissolved in within few seconds only. That insulin reaches in the blood, and after the person is having his meal, the digestion is going on, insulin is already present in the blood, and it will help the sugar to be converted into glycogen. Understood this? Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now what do you mean by glucagon? So I said that whenever you are fasting or something like that is there, so at that time you suddenly you don't feel weak if you skip the meal. The suppose if daily at 12 o'clock in the afternoon if you have your lunch, and today due to some reasons you don't have the lunch at 12 o'clock, and that doesn't mean that at 12:30 you will die without food. The reason is, at that time what will happen, this glycogen is converted again into glucose, and this thing is done by glucagon. Understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the reaction is reversible now. So glucagon, at that time glucagon will come in picture, and that will turn the glycogen into glucose, and glucose is ready to provide you the energy. Okay, so so when you skip your meal, when you fast, your stored food material is helping you out to have the energy, and these hormones are responsible to carry out these types of reactions in your body, so that the metabolism is not the one which is hindered or imbalanced, or something like that happens. Yeah, that may be the situation, that at sometimes the person who is weak or going through some disease, or if the person is on medicines or something like that, if those people are fasting, there may be the problem that they may suffer from certain sudden weakness or something like that happen. You must have seen your mothers when they are fasting, sometimes they feel lot of weakness as compared to others. Have you seen them?
Yes, ma'am.
The reason is because your mothers have so many other changes in your body after she has given birth to you. Okay, because she has delivered the child. She went through the pregnancy, she went through the delivering a child. She must have feeded you for with her breast milk for so many months, or 1 year, for 1.5 year. So what happens that there is a weakness comes inside their body. That's why they have they don't have that much of stamina, and when they are fasting, as compared to the if you compare the male in your at your home, if they are fasting, they will not be weak suddenly. But if your mothers are fasting, they may feel sudden weakness. The reason is this, because their body has suffered a lot at through these ages. And you must be knowing that as a female, they suffer from menstruation and periods each and every month. So there are so many hormonal imbalances are going on. That's why it is suggested that if not required, female should not fast for a longer duration. Understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's how these hormones work. And in according to your book, other glands are not being discussed, or other hormones are not being listed out. Only this much part is being given. Other thing, rest of the thing is regarding the hormones, that is from testis, that is testosterone, and ovaries, that is progesterone, responsible for the one which brings out the changes in your body. So we will talk about this, that is adolescence.
Ma'am,
Yes, dear.
ma'am, if a person has sugar and he fasts for many days, then he will be free from sugar.
I am just repeating your question. Just let me know that if I am getting it right or not. That if the person is having fever,
No, ma'am, sugar.
sugar, okay, the person is having a diabetes. That's what you are asking me?
Yes, ma'am, and he fasts for many days, then he will be free from diabetes.
No. You know that the diabetic people are not allowed to remain hungry.
No, ma'am.
That can lead to the death. Okay, it's a severe condition. So those who are suffering from diabetes, uh, they should not fast at all. They should not remain hungry at all. Even they are not allowed to skip a meal. They should, if they cannot eat the whole full-fledged meal, they should have something to eat at that time when they are eating. Otherwise, that can lead to a severe organ failure condition in their body. Understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The reason you will understand once you will be coming to the higher classes, you will come to know that there are many other things also with respect to this insulin and glucagon. So at that time, I think if I will be teaching you, I will tell you that there are so many conditions apart from this, and the one regarding the insulin you have studied, that type of diabetes, if the person is suffering from this particular diabetes, if insulin is not formed in their body, that diabetes is called diabetes mellitus. Okay, so this is one type of diabetes. uh, there may be the possibility that there are different types of diabetes also. So the person who is suffering from which type of diabetes, that is also very important. Okay, so the insulin condition is one type of diabetes. There may be the possibility that there are 2, 3 to 4, 5 types of diabetes are there. Understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that part you should know. And please, if the person is having blood pressure, if the person is having diabetes, that type of diseases somebody is having at your home or nearby, just let them know that don't remain hungry, otherwise that can lead to the severe medical condition in their body. So please let them know that they should not remain hungry for a longer duration. Understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the thing last in this chapter that is given, that is adolescence. And I think as you are now coming at the next year, academic year, you will be going to the class 9th. and you are mm, uh, entering this phase right now, adolescence. The girls and boys are having the puberty soon. Somebody must be having it. Somebody will must be having after this year. They will be entering this stage. That means sudden body physical changes will be coming up in your physical appearance, and the uh, uh, thing like now you will be like just becoming a little bit more towards adult, and now you are leaving that your childhood. Okay, so that stage is called adolescence. When you are leaving your child, leaving means your childhood now is gone, and you are entering the age of the teenager, and you are not completely adult, but you are moving towards your adultness. So this is the journey that is called adolescence. That age is called adolescence, and that is obtained because you are all of you are must be having the stage of puberty right now. So if regarding males, if I say this is just because of the hormone, that is testosterone, and females are having the progesterone released by ovaries and released by testis. So several changes must be coming in your body, and these changes are uh, general for the whole population. It is not like in India only it is happening. It is occurring wherever the humans are there. At certain age they must be having the adolescence because of puberty, and all of them just cross this journey. Okay, so in this adolescence period, right now you must be having sudden changes like that. Your height, first of all, must be increased suddenly. Some of you must be having this. Uh, it is right now, this change is very much visible in boys. If you see the height factor, it is very fast. And because this year you have not went to the school, but if you see that this, because as a teacher we have seen, we have observed that in class 7th and 8th the kids are very small, and they seems to like a baby. Their face is just like a baby, and suddenly when they come in the class 9th after summer vacations and all that, suddenly they will reach to the shoot up with the height and some, and they will that the face will become just like big boys and something like that. Change will be seen in their, within a few months only this is happening. Okay, so height is the one which is very clear factor you can observe right now. Your body shape must be changing, that you must be observing. Okay, your voice is must be changing. Okay, so these are the things you must have seen that especially in the males what is happening, that if you see their neck, suppose if this is your uh, face and this is your neck region, so in that you must say some extension like this is there in boy's neck. Have you seen it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is very much clear at the time of puberty. For females it is not clearly seen, but for males it is very much visible. If, and that's also if the person is too thin, then definitely that picture is very clear. Okay, so all these things are coming up at this age, adolescence. Now your voice will be like sounding like, if you're a boy it will be sounding like a man, and females will be sounding much more like the voice of the females will also becoming like very much shrill, thin. That's how the changes must be coming. Because if you hear the voice of the kid who is 8-year-old or 9-year-old or 7-year-old, you cannot make out sometimes that if it's a boy or if it's a girl if you have not seen them. But at this age, definitely that difference is very clear, that who is a boy or who is a girl through voice. And uh, you must be aware that nowadays your sweat glands or your sebaceous glands are very much active. That means the boy, some people are sweating a lot at this age. They have too much of sweating, too much of perspiration. And sebaceous gland is also showing you the difference. Like some people are having, suddenly they start having the pimples or dandruff, or these type of skin problem are arising suddenly. So these types of things will be coming across to you all, you people also. Some people are having it more, some are having it less, some are showing it in a very little bit. They don't show you the much change on their face must not be seen, but suddenly somebody is there who is having a lot of these problems. So you don't have to laugh on them, because that's all because of hormones they are going through. Okay, so each and everybody have that type of phase. And right now your mental development is also changing, because your thinking ability is also changing nowadays. If you have experienced, uh, you must have uh, uh, felt that feeling that nowadays you must be like, you suddenly you must be liking up the songs. You like the music, you like hearing some soft music, some people like hard music or something like that. So sudden that type of thing is coming up. And at this age, when the kids are, that means the uh, boy or a girl is watching a movie or something on the screen, they feel like if they are suppose if they are watching the way they are watching South Indian movies, in that hero is so powerful. Similarly, boys are also having that type of feeling. Yeah, I am also like this. I am also a Superman. I am also very powerful. That type of feeling are also coming up. So that's a mental change is there. Your thinking regarding the group of a boy or a group of a girl is also coming up. So all these things are just because of the hormones that are released in your body. Okay, so the thing is, you don't have to just flow with these hormones, and you don't have to lose yourself. You have to be strong enough mentally, because definitely different sort of thinking, different sort of thoughts will be coming in your mind. And because it's a technical world nowadays, you have lot of technology around you. So there may be the thing that some of your friends will give you the exposure to the things which you should not uh, be involved at this age. That means some videos or something like that, they are not for you right now. And actually they should not be appreciated much. But sudden some uh, uh, person, some group are very much interested, and they try to involve the people of the same age, and they try to think that if suddenly they become the hero, means they become like oh my god, they become the idol of that group. Okay, fine, this person is so like smart and so good, he knows everything, he have everything. Suddenly he shows his gadgets and you are influenced by it. So you have to control your hormones at this age, beta. Otherwise what will happen, you will have lot of exposure in front of you, that you have to decide that what is good for you and what is bad for you. Understood this?
Yes, miss.
Okay. And you must be having sudden emotional stress also. People become too much emotional at this stage. Even no matter it's a boy or a girl, there must be some feeling. Emotional means some people become very aggressive. You must have seen, if you have a group of friends, uh, some of the uh, boys or girls are like, they are always very aggressive to sudden situation. That means if some little bit of thing like suppose if you are going in a market and something happens, they will just ready to fight with somebody, they will start shouting. So that type of thing will also be coming up at this age. So that part you should know how to control. And mental, emotional, physical, every change is going on right now in your body. So you have to bear that thing in your means in your ability. And the thing is, as we know that right now, if somebody gives you the suggestion, you feel like, oh my god, lecture again. This is the feeling is coming in your mind. If somebody is telling you, okay, don't do this, in our age we were not like this, why you are having so much of facility, why are you like this, these types of lectures must be, you must be hearing nowadays. And at that time, definitely your mind is like, uh, I don't want to hear this. Put your mouth shut. It's again lecture again. Why I am exposed to this type of lectures? That type of feeling must be there in your mind. Okay, so it's all because you are at the stage right now where sudden changes are coming up. And the thing is, uh, right now, if you have some problem, okay, any type of social, emotional, physical, anything which is there inside you, what the age group of these students do, basically they will just uh, uh, discuss this with the person who is of the same age group, that means friends. Okay, so if you have some, suppose if you have some problem like, if a if I say some boy who is liking some girl, or some girl who is liking some boy, they are facing this situation, and they discuss all these things with their friends who are at the same age group. Now see this, of if all of you are at the same age, the mental level is also of the same age. Got it? Is it clear to
Yes.
you? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That means the suggestions they are giving to you will be having almost equal mentality. That's why the you right now you like being among your friends, because you think that your right now your only your friends will understand you. Your father, mother, or your brother, sister who are elder to you will not understand. They will start giving you the lecture, they will start giving you the suggestion. So what happens that same age group will be liking the same suggestions they are obtaining from them. So what happens, that will not lead to the solution that will bring out you, solution will not be there, matter the problem will arise more. Okay, so what happens, it is not like that every time this is happening, but just understand that if you are going through sudden some problem, you can discuss that in somebody who is very close to you and who is elder to you, first of all, who can give you the right advice, and somebody whom you can trust, that that person will not will keep your things as a secret, and definitely they will not be exploiting you. So you should have that trust either in your parents, either in your siblings, or somebody who is elder to, either you can your teachers also. Some teachers are very close to the student, so you can ask them in private that, ma'am or sir, we are facing this situation, How can I deal with it? Is it clear to you? Understood this? Why so much of silence? You're not agreeing me?
I understand.
Okay, fine. So that's why you have to understand this. And this is what the chapter is all about. Just go through the content, and if any of the doubt is arising, just let me know so that I can clear it out. And I got the syllabus from your group only. I think yesterday evening somebody has Saint Vincent uh, syllabus was there. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the PDF.
Yes, that PDF you have given regarding the final syllabus of your final exam syllabus. That was for final exams only?
Yes, ma'am.
Only 3 chapters are coming up to you
Yes,
regarding
ma'am.
biology. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Only 3 chapters are there for bio. Okay. And somebody, those who are from other schools, please let me know if there is anything that is extra is coming, or you are also having only these 3 chapters.
No, miss, I am having the nervous system and this adolescence chapter and this ecosystem and reproduction of plants. These 4 chapters.
Okay, which school?
Miss Patrick's.
You just do one thing, that in a group, you just write down the syllabus, just send me the syllabus of your school also, beta.
Okay, miss biology.
Yeah, if you have the whole, you can send it all, but I need only biology. I don't need, I am not concerned about other subjects. Okay. Just send me the biology final chapters, so that I can give you the practice question sets for these chapters, and just the way the assignments or worksheets, something like that, I can give you, and I can prepare the question paper for you people to solve, so that you can
Miss, I
have a good
posted it.
practice. Posted.
Miss, I
Oh,
post.
fine. You are so fast. Good. Thank you so much. Any other school is there in our group?
Yes, miss, that girl.
She is
Ma'am, but
not there too.
she
She
is
is not
not came
there.
in the class.
Pardon? Please, what you said, beta?
Miss, one girl is in our group.
Yeah, yeah.
Ma'am from Loreto, but she has not joined the class.
Today
Yes,
she has
miss.
not joined the class. So they must be having different set of chapters. Okay, if you have a contact with her, just tell her that post the bio chapters, bio syllabus for the final exam if she is having it. Understood? You are in contact with her or not?
No, ma'am.
No,
Ma'am, she rarely joins the
Okay,
class.
fine. No worries. I
no,
will ask.
miss.
Okay, I will go for it. So don't worry. So that is what, if that finishes our syllabus over here. So be prepared for the next classes. I will be coming up with the questions for you and all that. And if you have doubts, we will be discussing that chapter wise. Understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I will be letting you know that in the next class, that which chapter we will be discussing. Any doubts regarding that, you have just go through that chapter, list out the doubts. I will be giving you some of the questions, solve them, so that you will be thorough with the chapter. Understood this?
Miss, this chapter is not finished. Miss, stress is also left.
Stress is, that's why I told you to read it. because that thing, if you read, then you will relate it. Understood?
Okay, Miss.
Okay, just that's why I told you, just read it, because that type of thing I can't teach. I can't teach you the thing like called pressure or stress or something which is very bad situations. Okay, so I think if you read it, you will go come across through it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so fine. Have a good day. I think you must be having schools right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, fine. Sorry. I took you too much of time today. So you can leave.